family systems theory goes beyond the individual approach to include focusing on the family as a unit. It helps observe the family system and even beyond the immediate family to more extended subsystems. These large subsystems can include more than just the nuclear family, also extended family, members of a culture, gender, members that appreciate different values, groups, spiritual groups, and more. There are many approaches within this theory of family system. For example, conjoint family therapy, transgenerational family therapy, object relations family therapy, etc. Older approaches reflect a more pessimistic view of dysfunction in families, where more recent approaches are more humanistic and reflect potential for change in families and more positive views. The family systems approach has marked beginnings stemming from the 1940s. The family system theory is also known as the fourth force in psychotherapy, following psychodynamic, behavioral, and humanistic views. This theory continues to grow and evolve and become more applicable to a diverse world. Major founders of this approach include Murray Bowen and Virginia Satter. More of this information can be found as referenced in the Corey and Tan texts. Family systems, techniques, and interventions. The family systems theory can include many different techniques and interventions depending on the family approach being used, according to Tan 2022. Some of the more frequently referenced techniques include genograms, therapeutic double binds, circular questioning, cognitive restructuring, and miracle question. Therapeutic double binds are a technique in which paradoxical interventions are prescribed for the symptom in question. This aids in helping the clients realize they are in control to increase or decrease the symptoms or problem. Genograms are a family tree or map that can go back up to 3 generations to help visualize family patterns from generation to generation. Enactments are sessions where the therapist encourages the family to enact a typical interaction or conflict. The therapist can then provide suggestions to help turn the dysfunctional contact into a more constructive interaction. Circular questioning is another technique where the therapist asks each member of the family their perspective on a particular family problem. This helps the family to see the issue in light of the family interaction instead of it being the problem of one individual. Cognitive restructuring can be used to challenge individual maladaptive thoughts and replace them with more rational, constructive thoughts. The miracle question technique is when the family is asked what things would look like if a miracle happened overnight and their conflict was miraculously resolved. Other techniques used in family systems include reframing, boundary setting, and family sculpting. Reframing helps families take a problem and see it in a more constructive light. Family sculpting encourages family members to physically place themselves in positions that reflect the family relationship. Another intervention used in family systems is externalization, which helps the family see the problem as occurring outside of the family instead of as part of their family identity. This helps the family to overcome the problem together. And lastly, boundary setting can be useful in family systems when families are too enmeshed to provide limits, or when lines are too rigid to help provide more flexibility for connection. So this is Anna Smith. Anna reached out to me for counseling to help her with stress management at home. Anna is a full-time second grade teacher. She has 2 children of her own, and Anna's mother occasionally helps Anna with the kids. So Anna is coming into therapy with feelings of exhaustion, possible burnout, and overall she's feeling unmotivated. As her therapist, I will be using an approach based on family systems theory. And the counseling plan includes bringing in her children and mom during future therapy sessions, forming a relationship, assessment, enactments, genogram, family sculpting, followed by hypothesis and sharing meaning. And goals for our counseling sessions are decreased family conflict, increased family connections, improving stress management, regaining a sense of purpose and joy for Anna, and recapturing a sense of spiritual well-being.
But my kids' behavior, it's overwhelming. I walk through the door and it's like I don't get a break. It's, Mom, I need this. Mom, I need that. Mom, I can't find this. Mom, I can't find that. And these are things that I also already set out. So I just really never get that moment. And when I can't assist in the moment, or when I need to take that time to kind of think so I can help them, they explode. They get really frustrated and they start acting out for attention, even though the attention is on them. And then it just makes me shut down because I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say.
I totally hear you. So you walk home, you walk through that door, and you see them just acting out. And if it's okay with you, we can also look at their behavior and maybe try to reframe that in a different light. So what if we don't see that as acting out, but as a way of them telling you or communicating stress to you? So we could reframe that behavior not as defiance, but as a signal. So maybe they're trying to say, Mom, we need connection with you.
So instead of them trying to drive me crazy, it's really them asking for me, but in their own way?
Exactly. Yes. So whenever we see behavior as communication, it opens the door for us to respond differently. That's one of our goals, helping you and your kids feel more connected and not at odds.
That actually makes me feel lighter.
I'd like to also jump into a different technique with you called circular questioning. It helps us to look at family patterns from different perspectives. So let's start simple. Whenever your children are acting out after school, how do you usually respond?
I usually yell at them, or if I'm totally decompressed, I tell them to go to their rooms because I don't have the energy for anything else. So I just need them to go.
Yeah, you're tired. So whenever you yell at them, how do they respond?
They either yell back or they shut down and then they stomp off to their rooms.
And whenever they go off to their rooms, how does that leave you feeling?
I'm guilty. I feel guilty. And then I'm sad because I know that I pushed them away instead of helping them. Because if I wasn't overwhelmed, I feel like for me, this could be an easy fix, or that's something I could handle. So it's mixed emotions.
That's very insightful. Now let's imagine this. If I asked your children, what does Mom look like when she's really tired? What do you think they would say?
They'd probably say I'm cranky or that I don't want to play.
And if I asked your mom, who helps you sometimes with the kids, what do you think that she would say?
She'd probably say, Anna needs a break, because she notices when I'm worn out.
So from their perspective, they see you as stretched thin. Now another question. If I asked your children, how does your behavior affect your mom? What might they say?
They might say they make me stressed or that they're too much.
So they see you, they see that exhaustion, they see their behavior and that impact on them. So if they believed that they made you stressed or that they're too much, how might that shape the way they see themselves in your family?
Maybe they'd feel like a burden, and that breaks my heart.
That's powerful awareness, Anna. But let's flip it. If I ask them instead, what makes mom the happiest? What do you think they would say?
They'd probably say when we watch movies together or when we pray at night, because that's when I'm not too tired.
That's beautiful. If your children believed we make mom happy when we connect instead of we stress mom out, how would that change things in your house?
That would change everything. They know that I love being with them.
Exactly. So using this technique of circular questioning shows us how shifting one belief can change the whole system. Instead of the story being we're too much, it becomes we bring mom joy. In conclusion, family systems theory reminds us that families function as interconnected systems, where each person's experience affects the whole. In this role play, I had the chance to step into both the client and counselor roles, which gave me valuable practice and a glimpse of what the future holds for me as a prospective marriage and family therapist. Using techniques like circular questioning and reframing was especially powerful. They opened space for new perspectives and deeper understanding. Overall, this experience strengthened my skills and showed me how meaningful this work can be. Thanks for watching.